Adore can love is all that I can give to you. Love is more than just a game for two. Two in love can make it. Take my heart and please don't break it. Love was made for me and you.
Hey, welcome to WBGR Sports Network and the Tom the Bomb Sports Talk Show. And this is the day that the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. If you don't think it's a great day, just try missing one. And we, L-O-V-E, love sports on the Tom the Bomb Show. I'm your host, Tom the Bomb, and we got another fantastic show for you guys today. Hey, as usual, we want to thank God for the new year and the things that He's doing for us. Remember, our theme for 2024 is the year of fixed purpose. That when we keep our eye on the prize, what's the prize? The prize is the Word of God itself. When you keep your eyes on the prize, that it'll allow you to ignore life's daily distraction. And that's all the enemy's trying to do, is get you off the Word, man. Hey, look, no trivia poll questions today. Let's just jump right in and get into it. We got a lot to cover today. We're gonna get in and get out. Tom the Bomb is back. Been on a little vacation, got a little sun, and let's get to it. All righty. Hey, look, we're gonna start off with the 2024 NBA Finals are finally set. Yeah, man. It's been, man. I tell you guys, man. You know, Tom the Bomb don't follow the NBA all the way during the regular season, man. But when that playoffs start, man, you better get your popcorn ready, because it doesn't get any better than NBA playoff basketball. The series have been unbelievable. Dallas throttled the Minnesota Timberwolves after the Timberwolves upset my Denver Nuggets. And the Boston Celtics just been on vacation. For the most part, they just been on vacation. They've been just breezing through the playoffs like they're supposed to. They've had the best record in the NBA all year long. They've been the best team in the NBA all year long, and it's just like they've been on vacation. They ran through the Indiana Pacers like they just weren't even there. Okay, they shouldn't have been invited the way the Celtics misused the Indiana Pacers. But hey, we're set for the 2024 NBA Finals. Game 1 starts on Thursday, June 6th at 8:30 p.m. in the Boston Garden. Okay, so hey, how do the Celtics stop Kyrie Irving and Luka Doncic? How do the Dallas Mavericks stop Jason Tatum and Brown? Great questions. And here's the thing, I think the answer is the same for both. I'm getting to you don't. There's no stopping them. You just got to defend them at a high level and play a complete game for 48 minutes. Hey, I'm getting some feedback in here, Tony. I need you to come in and turn the volume down on my feedback. Okay, like I said, yeah. Thank you. Like I said, there's no stopping them. You just got to defend them at a high level and play a complete game for 48 minutes, because every part of the game is connected. Okay, the Celtics are looking for an NBA record 18th title. Currently, they're tied with Nat Wood's Los Angeles Fakers. Both have 17 titles. So they're looking to go to 18 titles. They, like I said, 18, and hang another banner from the Garden rafters. It's been since 2008 since they last hung a banner. The Mavericks' last NBA title was won in 2011 over Lebanon. Listen, the Celtics are heavy favorites at minus 221. While the Mavericks are at plus 185 underdogs. Okay, the Celtics better win this series. Okay, this team in particular in Boston, they kind of got a history of choking. Okay, and like I said, they ran through the playoffs like they were supposed to, and once the Minnesota Timberwolves upset the Denver Nuggets, because Tom the Bomb told you that it was going to be the Celtics and the Denver Nuggets in the NBA Finals. Well, hey, my Denver Nuggets didn't make it because the Minnesota Timberwolves upset them. Once the Nuggets and Jokic had been eliminated, man, that's a gas green light for the Boston Celtics green. It's what do they say? The luck of the Irish. Boston. This is a layup for the Boston Celtics. But like the Dallas Mavericks coaches mentioned, this is a different. The Celtics beat the Mavericks 2-0 during the regular season. But this is a different Mavericks team than what we've seen during the regular season. Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving has elevated their game to a whole nother level. And what Luka and Kyrie did to the Minnesota Timberwolves was nothing nice. Nothing nice. And in that last Game 5 clinching game, Luka was pulling up as soon as he pulled over half court. I mean, you would have thought it was one of the best Steph Curry impressions that I've seen in a long time. I didn't know that Luka had that kind of range. I knew Luka's game was complete, but I didn't know he had that kind of range. Man, when you start talking about 40 plus feet and out, like Ant-Man said, there's no defending that when the guy is putting up shots as he steps over the half court line. There's no defending that. Okay, the shooting exhibition that they put on was unbelievable. For one, I just don't know if they can keep that up. But, it's probably the second best backcourt that I've ever seen. A lot of people are saying it's the best backcourt. I still like Clay and Steph in their prime as the best backcourt that I've seen. The Detroit Bad Boys had a pretty good backcourt with Isaiah Thomas and Joe Dumars. There's been some great backcourts in the NBA, but Kyrie and Luka, they're right there. And, for me, they've got to win a championship before we start saying that's the best backcourt ever. But boy, they're close. If they can play the way they played against the Timberwolves, absolutely. This should be a layup for the Celtics. It is a green light, but they got to get through Luka and Kyrie, and this is going to be very, very interesting. I do want to give a shout out. I'd like to give a shout out to the Dallas Mavericks owner, Mr. Mark Cuban, who took a long look. I just told you that the Mavericks hadn't won an NBA title since 2011. And to Mark Cuban's credit, he took a long look at his franchise and he decided, what have we got to do to win? Then he went out and hired the right people, removed himself from team operations and didn't micromanage them, and now the Mavs are in the NBA Finals. Well done, well played, Mr. Mark Cuban. Now, if that other owner in Dallas can take notice, then maybe the Cowgirls could win another Super Bowl. Nah, that ain't gonna happen. But that's exactly what Jerry Jones needs to do in Dallas. We've talked about this before. I hate to drag you over into football, but I've heard Jerry Jones on at least a couple of interviews saying that I would do anything to get one more Super Bowl title. And I just have one question to that. Are you willing to give up control to get another Super Bowl title? You said, I'm willing to do anything. Are you willing to give up control? Because that's what Mark Cuban has done with the Dallas Mavericks. And look how the Mavericks have turned around, how they evolved. Now, granted, getting Kyrie Irving to fall into your lap for a bag of chips, because that's all that's all Dallas really gave up to get Kyrie Irving, was basically a bag of chips. Now, granted, they were Ruffled barbecue chips, but it was still a bag of chips, okay? And I think Kyrie Irving has got a lot of people eating crow right now, because after his stop in Boston, which of course he's going back to the Garden, that didn't work out, and then from there he went to the Brooklyn Nets, and that was one of the worst signings ever. Getting those three together, that was horrible. Nobody had anything really good to say about Kyrie Irving, and that's why the Dallas Mavericks were basically able to get him for a bag of chips. But Mark Cuban said that he's had many conversations with Kyrie Irving, and that Kyrie Irving has matured. And you know what, man? First of all, men mature a lot slower than women. They do. For the most part, guys don't pretty much know hardly anything till they get past 30, 35. So Kyrie is getting to that age where he's definitely matured. He's definitely his own man. But a lot of people said a lot of bad things about him, and now they're kind of eating crow. Okay, but hey, like I said, I give a lot of credit to Mark Cuban, the owner of the Dallas Mavericks. And if Dallas could just get that other owner on board, maybe Dallas could get back to being a city of champions. How about that? How about that, Cowgirls? So that's just how it is. It'll be an interesting series. Like I said, Boston are the heavy favorites. But listen, man, at this point, you don't play this game on paper. I would not have picked the Timberwolves over my Denver Nuggets. And I would not have picked the Dallas Mavericks over the Minnesota Timberwolves. But you don't play this game on paper, you play it on the court. And, this is a different Dallas team. I've really, it's easy to look at Luka. It's easy to look at Kyrie. But for me, the play of the Dallas Mavericks big men has been paramount, and not just one center. They're going 2 and 3 deep, and these guys are playing well. They're getting great play from their role players, and everybody is doing their part. And I love the way that Kyrie has acquiesced to Luka. Kyrie understands that this is Luka's team, and Kyrie is matured enough where he can say, "Hey, I can play second fiddle. I can be Robin to your Batman." And when he needs to step up and take over, he can do it. But there's a saying: God is God all by himself. Luka Doncic is Luka Doncic all by himself. And when you throw Kyrie in there, it's going to be a fascinating series. And I'm very much looking forward to see how it plays out. Very much looking forward to see how it plays out. Like I said, the Celtics should win this, but Tom the Bomb is not counting the Dallas Mavericks out. Because, as we say, what I love about basketball is a team sport, and the best team wins. But don't get it twisted. That team in Boston is awful good, boy, and they're getting Porzingis back, and when you put him in the mix, it'll be interesting to see how Porzingis deals with the Dallas Mavericks bigs, okay? Because I think that's really been the difference so far. So it's going to be a great series, and get your popcorn ready. It's kicking off on Thursday, June 6th in the Boston Garden at 8:30 p.m. All right, that's our tune-up for the 2024 NBA Finals. Let's move on. Let's talk a little bit of golf right now. The 2024 Women's Golf U.S. Open was played this past weekend, and Yuka Saso wins her second major, and it's the U.S. Open again. She's the first Filipino to win the Open in 2021 and the first player from Japan. Her mom is Filipino, her dad is Japan. So she's played in the Olympics for Filipino, and she's going to play for Japan in the next Olympics. So she delivered a masterful performance at Lancaster Country Club. with a 2 under par 68. She ran off 4 birdies in a 5-hole stretch on the back 9 amid a series of collapses, and pretty much won without much drama, which is really fascinating because I watched all of this tournament on Saturday and it was unbelievably exciting. As a matter of fact, when play ended on Saturday, there was a 3-way tie in first place, and that's unusual to have a 3-way tie going into the last day of a major. But they just collapsed. We're going to talk about that. Sasso got up and down for a par on 18th to finish 4 under and finished at 276, winning by 3 shots over Hinako Shibuno. Over who? Hinaka Shibuno. Shabuna, roll call. Shabuna, roll call. My name is Tom. Hey, I am the bomb. I'll get you sports. Worldwide throwdown. Shabula, roll call. Shabula, roll call. I'm on the mic. Yeah, I'm on the camera. Hey, but all the toys, hey, they come from Koi. Roll call. Shabula, roll call. Okay, let's get back to golf. Yes, Shabuna and Sasso were the only 2 players to finish under par. Andrea Lee finished, we talk about this in golf all the time. On Sunday, you've got to do something on Sunday. And Andrea Lee, Minjin Lee, and Wachini Makai were all tied for the lead going into Sunday. Andrea Lee shot at 75 on Sunday. Minji Lee shot at 78 on Sunday, and Wachani Michai shot a 77 on Sunday. So like I said, they all folded like lawn chairs. Sunday was filled with meltdowns as the top 3 players combined to finish at plus 22 over par on Sunday. And they were, like I said, they were all tied for the lead on Saturday night. Yuka Sasso pocketed $2.4 million for 4 days' work. Tell them what's coming next, Koi. Kids, parents, get your kids out playing golf. Parents, get your kids out playing golf. $2.4 million for 4 days' work. How'd you like to have that job? Look, the Open lost its luster early. Let's put some of this. The Open lost its luster early when the big names missed the cut. Nelly Korda, who is the best golfer in the world. Now, I didn't say she's the best woman golfer in the world. Nelly Korda is the best golfer in the world. And Nelly Korda missed the cut, okay? Lexi Thompson missed the cut in what's likely her final U.S. Women's Open. Aria Jantong, the 2018 U.S. Women's Champion, she also missed the cut. Rose Zhang, which is like the hottest thing on tour besides Nelly Korda, she also missed the court. So the course really played hard at Lancaster. They set this course up like a men's U.S. Open. And I love to watch the women. I learn more from watching the women than I do from the men because they don't play. It seems like they take their ego out, and so their swings are much more melodic and smooth. And me personally, I learned more from actually watching the women than the men. But this course, they set this U.S. Open course up in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, like they were setting it up for the men, and this course ate their lunch. Like I mentioned earlier, Andrea Lee, Minji Lee, Wachani Makai, they all played brilliantly Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. But on Sunday, that course ate them alive. And as a golfer, we've all been there. We've all been there. So it really kind of stole some of the luster. And it's like if you think not Tiger now, but when Tiger was the best golfer in the world, it's like you turn on the U.S. Open to see Tiger Woods, and then Tiger Woods misses the cut. That's basically what it was like for Nelly Korda to not be to miss the cut, and not just Nelly Korda. Like I said, there was top golfers. So it just goes to show you how hard the course was playing. Hey, look, let's take a break, and then we'll be right back. And we're going to be talking about the Stanley Cup Finals when we come back. Hey, let's keep the pictures up a little longer, okay?
Sheltered by the Sea of Cortez, Danzante Bay is a pure and peaceful oasis, an uncrowded retreat where your options are as vast as your views. If you're seeking a vacation that defines luxury and the true relaxation, look no further than Villa del Palmar at the islands of Loreto. A splendor of true Mexican hospitality effortlessly blends with rich materials and satiable comforts to bring guests the ideal home away from home experience. With its quiet beaches, scenic vistas, rich history, and an astounding surrounding natural habitat, you'll feel as though you've been swept off to paradise. Not to be outdone, Reese Jones has crafted TPC Danzante Bay, a brilliant, multi-themed 18-hole golf course that runs over and through valleys, arroyos, dunes, and foothills. From every angle, striking images of the islands of Loreto and the surrounding mountain range take your breath away, while the challenging yet rewarding Baja Golf Course beckons you to return for more. It is an honor and my pleasure to welcome you to the world's most beautiful sunset and so much more.
Talking Windows with Harley and Aaron and special guest Mina.
As a business owner, I only partner with the best.
That's definitely Window Nation.
And experience matters, Harley.
Well, Mina, we have installed over 1 million windows.
And you guys have the best customer service.
Check. 97% customer satisfaction. Plus the best deals.
Now, buy 2 windows, get 2 free with no limit. Plus, put no money down, make no payments, and pay no interest for 24 months.
That's why I'm proud to partner with Window Nation.
The perfect fit.
And we're back. Hey, and it's the 2024 Lord Stanley Cup Finals. The Edmonton Oilers versus the Florida Panthers. The Florida Panthers and the Edmonton Oilers both trailed in their respective conference finals 2-1 after Game 3. But 3 straight wins apiece later, they're set to face off in the Stanley Cup Final. And with this series comes several storylines to watch. Let's go ahead and roll some of those pictures now. Well, we got to start off at the very, very top. We got to start off talking about Mr. Connor McDavid, okay? Connor McDavid is going to his first Stanley Cup. He's a generational talent. And after eliminating Dallas Stars in 6th game, he gets to play on one of the biggest stages in hockey for the first time in his career. It's equivalent to, like in baseball, like Mike Trout or Shohei Ohtani not being in the postseason in baseball. You have to get your biggest stars to the big stage in the postseason. It's not just exciting for the Edmonton Oilers fans, but it's exciting for all of hockey fans worldwide. McDavid is a sight to see every time he steps onto the ice, and that has only been amplified in the playoffs. His playoffs. His 31 points in 18 games scratched the surface of what a difference maker he's been. He's bringing back memories of the great one for the Edmonton Oilers, and that being Wayne Gretzky. And they're hoping for Gretzky-like results. Okay. Also, I just want to say it's Connor McDavid is there. It's not like it's a star older guy who's finally making it to the Stanley Cup Finals. He's in his prime. We're seeing this guy at the very top of his game. I mean, the stick dexterity that he had to score that winning goal over the Stars, that was really, really something to see. Now, the Panthers are back and a lot less broken and not limping into the final like they was a year ago, even though they won it all, which should make for a better quality series. The Panthers' balanced approach is working well. Now, a couple of questions. Will the Oilers' defense and goaltending hold up or implode? Okay, not acquiring another defenseman has hurt the Oilers because there's only so many adjustments available to them. The same is true with Stuart Skinner in net, whose instabilities cost the Oilers a few games. But key adjustments on the back end has gotten them this far. And Skinner has stood tall and looked more confident in the net with 2 quality starts to close out round 3. If both can hold up, the Edmonton Oilers has a real chance against the Florida Panthers. Forsling versus the Edmonton Oilers Stars. Forsling has emerged as one of the best shutdown defensemen in the league, which likely earned him some votes for the Norris Trophy, and now could gain him some Conn Smythe buzz depending on how this next series goes. How Forsling contains Edmonton's best players will be a pivotal storyline to watch in this series. What happens if the Oilers' power play is shut down? Because the Oilers' power play has been what they've been riding on, but the Florida Panthers boast a stout penalty kill. It's been the strength all season. It's been their strength all season long, even when they were missing key cogs to open the season. Florida has maintained its edge while showing, even in round 3 against the Rangers' dangerous unit, operating at 88%, which is second only to the Oilers. It's strong goaltending and solid play in the front of their paint, which is what allows the Panthers to be such stout penalty killers when they're going against the power play. So, hey, we'll probably have Felix come in next week and give us an update as well. But that's our update for the Stanley Cup Final. Like the NBA Finals, that's all set up. The Stanley Cup Final is all set up as well. Hey, let's move on. Let's talk about the WNBA and Caitlin Clark. Alrighty, that's just kind of what everybody's talking about. Caitlin Clark is still getting roughed up, and I want to talk a little bit about this because number one, her getting roughed up is really just par for the course in the WNBA. I think the lights are so bright on Caitlin Clark that everybody is paying attention to every little thing. Now, Kennedy Carter, I said, it's been par for course, but what Kennedy Carter did, we can go back to pictures, that's just plain thug play. That's absolutely ridiculous because she checked Caitlin Clark like in hockey. The ball wasn't in play, the ball was out of bounds, and she just came up and literally checked her. Okay, now I'm totally okay with rough play. Come on, man, I used to be a Detroit Piston bad boy fan, so I'm totally okay with rough play. But this was flat out dirty. And after the game, and this is what I don't like, which is what I want to talk about. After the game, Kennedy Carter refused to comment on Caitlin Clark and what happened. But after refusing to comment, then she went on social media and started to dog Caitlin Clark, talking about all she's got is a three-pointer. Other than her three-pointer, I don't see anything great about her game. That's absolutely ridiculous. And Kennedy Carter, let me tell you what she has that you don't have. A huge endorsement deal with Nike. More money than you're ever going to make in your whole career, what Caitlin Clark has on that one deal. And like I said, I'm totally okay with the rough play, but I'm trying to tell you something, man. If these WNBA women don't wake up and start smelling the coffee, I'm not saying that they're supposed to take it easy on Caitlin Clark, because first of all, Caitlin Clark, don't get it twisted, Caitlin Clark is a gamer. She's gonna play, she's going to rise to the occasion, but you can't be trying to kill the golden goose. The WNBA is a league that's been in trouble. And if this league wants to rise and grow and become more than what it is, Caitlin Clark is the boat that you guys need to be riding. You guys got to get, in the WNBA, Tom DeBomb, just say it how it really is. You got to get white males to start watching the WNBA. Now, Caitlin Clark moves the needle like a Tiger Woods. People are paying attention to the WNBA because of Caitlin Clark. So, and let me just say this. I just told you guys that I was Detroit Piston bad boy fan. Listen, the bad boys beat the crap out of Michael Jordan. They dogged MJ. And MJ, was known to go to the league and to complain about the whooping that they were putting on him. And they changed the rules to protect Michael Jordan. The NBA did that. They changed the rules because the NBA in the 80s and the 90s, it ain't nothing like it is today. If the WNBA players keep taking cheap shots, and what Kennedy Carter did to Caitlin Clark was a straight-up cheap shot. If they keep doing that, then the WNBA is going to... And see, Caitlin Clark is not the star that Michael Jordan is at that time. But like I said, high tide rises all boats, and they better start taking care of their golden goose. Caitlin Clark scored 3 points, her lowest outing in her WNBA career. I don't believe she's played any game where she only scored 3 points. But she got banged up pretty good. And this is something that the league better pay attention to because, hey, it's all, don't get it twisted. It is all about the money. And this is your meal ticket. And I just don't understand the hate, the haterade that some of these women players are drinking in the WNBA. Play hard, play tough, treat her like any other rookie. You as a rookie, you got to earn your way through any professional league, and I understand that. But earning your way and playing tough and taking cheap shots, that's two totally different things. And like I said, she came up and checked her, and the ball wasn't even in play. The ball was out of bounds. And the WNBA, they just called it a foul initially, but the WNBA stepped in and has ruled it a flagrant foul. So there's probably going to be some more punishment for Kennedy Carter, who, by the way, was traded from the Atlanta team because she was having trouble getting along with teammates and threatening to beat up her own teammates when she was in Atlanta. So I don't know. Maybe she's got some issues. I don't know what's going on, but they better leave the golden goose alone. I can tell you that. Hey, you know what? That's just about our show for today. Like I say, it's going to be short. I feel like I'm getting hammered. Yeah, you're getting hammered, baby. That's just about our show for today. I do have some breaking news that we want to share and talk just a little bit before we go off the air. NFL, I've been trying very, very, very hard not to talk about the NFL because we're in the midst of the NBA finals and the Stanley Cup finals. But, hey, we have some breaking news in the NFL that we just got to share with you. The Minnesota Vikings and Justin Jefferson have agreed to a 4-year, $140 million deal that includes $110 million guaranteed. And upon signing, Justin Jefferson gets $88.5 million as soon as he inks this deal. The $88.5 million is due at signing, which is also the most for any non-quarterback in the history of the NFL. The salary of $140 for 4 years also is the most in the history of the NFL for any non-quarterback. That's $35 million per year. CeeDee Lamb in Dallas has got to be licking his chops in Dallas now because CeeDee has been waiting, to see what was going to go on. So Justin Jefferson has just set the bar. So all CeeDee Lamb got to do now is get in the neighborhood. That's a good neighborhood. You want to be in Mr. Rogers' neighborhood? CeeDee Lamb wants to be in Justin Jefferson's neighborhood at 140 at 4 years at $35 million a year. That's huge. That's in fuego. Keeping up with the breaking news, the rich just keep getting richer. Real Madrid has signed Kylian Mbappe for 4 years at $60 million per year. Let me say that again. 4 years at $60 million per year. Real Madrid tried to sign Mbappe in 2022, and he kind of turned him down and went back to his own team. And they were reluctant to go after him again because Real Madrid is still doing really, really good without Mbappe. But now that they've actually, you know, man, money talks and everything else walks, man. How do you say no to 60 million a year? 60 million a year was enough to get Mbappe to change his mind and move on to Real Madrid. So like I said, the rich just keep getting richer. And on a much sadder note, I just wanted to let you guys know that legend, the Dallas Cowboy legend and Hall of Famer, Larry Allen, has passed away at the age of 52 years old, 1971 to 2024. Larry Allen was an absolute stud. Larry Allen was one of the best 3, 4, 5 offensive linemen in the history of the NFL. For a long time, he was known as the strongest man in the NFL. And he was part of that line that just probably one of the best offensive lines I've ever seen of that Cowboy teams in the early to mid 90s. Their backup offensive line was better than most teams' first starting line. So like I said, on a sad note, Larry Allen has passed away at the age of 52. Man, that's really, really young. But you know what's stunning is a lot of people don't realize is that the average life expectancy of an NFL football player is age 50. So at 52, he's right there, you know. So we talk about Justin Jefferson signing a 4-year deal for $140 million and getting $35 million a year. We're like, man, that's just ridiculous type of money. Man, well, my wife says this all the time. When you have to make your living with your body, you need to be able to get as much money as possible because, these guys might be rich, but the guys who are signing the checks, they're wealthy. If I can afford to pay you $35 million a year, if I can afford to pay Kylian Mbappe $60 million a year, that's the side of the table you want to be on, okay? So, like I said, the life expectancy of an NFL football player is 50 years old, and that's not old, okay? You know, I can remember being young thinking, man, if you're 50, you're ancient, man. But now I'm coming to understand that old is who's ever older than you. That's what old is. Old ain't 50 or 60. Old is what's ever older than you. And 50 years old is really not that old. And like I said, Hall of Fame legend Larry Allen has passed away at 52 years old. Hey, man, that's our show for today, man. We didn't have any trivia. Hey, for a dynamic, in-depth analysis and highlights for the Washington football team and DC Sports, check out the Washington Sports Den on Thursdays at 2 p.m. on WBGR with my main man, Felix Bassey. Hey, man, time flies when you're having fun. We're out of time here, but we sure do thank you for spending your time with us. Listen, may the gates of heaven open and pour an abundance of blessings down on you where there won't be room enough for you to contain it. Remember, if you want it, you got to confess it with your mouth and believe it in your heart that Jesus died on the cross and that he rose on the third day, not a Thursday, just for you. Remember, darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. And hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. God bless you. We'll see you on this same bat time, on this same bat station. You guys have a blessed evening. Good night.
I'm about to blow up. I'm the bomb and about to blow up. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Show, but 3 to be a legend, even if I'm cold. I ain't chasing nothing, you gon' have to catch me. And if you wanna taste, you gon' have to pay a fee. I'm the bomb and about to blow up. I'm the bomb and about to blow up.
Sports is what we do. It's the fast track at peak speed, moving across the ice, blockers, hitters, B-team, beatdowns, and knockouts, doubleheaders, playoffs, touchdowns, smackdowns, on the mat or on the track. The spirit of a champion. The triple double. Make that double front flip. This is what we do.